Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tier 2 race in Brazil in SKG. It is round 1 of Season 17, and we will get underway once everyone is in the lobby and we are ready to go. Welcome, everybody, to round number 1 of Tier 2, and we are aiming to get a winner for the first race of the season. Last season, it was Trosh who came out on top, Sway came out in P2, and Nanu came out in P3. Sway looking to defend, well, not really defend, or come back from runner-up last season and become champion this season. Brazil, a track famous for its comebacks, looking at Max Verstappen in 2024 and 2025 for that matter, and it is played host to some of the most famous finales such as 2008, and today it is the beginning of the season. So let's see, and that's Smirky Lockett who has lost the rear there. Just give me a second as I'm trying to sort something out. So here is Smirky Lockett. He's on a lap now, and let's see if he can set the benchmark for everyone else to chase. So here he comes through turns 2 and now to this long left hand of 3. You've now just got a long straight where you deploy the battery. Going into turn 4, you want a big lift through here, and then it sets you up for turn 5 and turn 6, and you've got a little bit of traffic in the way. No lift there, straight full out, and he's gonna get maybe a little bit of block there, but he takes the apex nicely. Have to hug the apex here on the inside, and now get on the power early, try get the best exit possible. Not perfectly on the apex, but it's still good enough. Now into this left-hander in which the final corner is played now. This is when the race overtake is decided, and now on the exit, get on the power, deploy all the remaining battery you have left, and ensure you have enough battery for the final bit of the straight. Here comes Smirky Lockett, and he will set a 9.0. Mark Daniel with an 8.3, and he goes faster. Further down the grid, Risbo is going to set 8.0, and that is a pretty solid lap for one of the most experienced drivers on the grid today. Lucchese now putting himself P3 as Adams goes faster. Everyone's going to start reining in lap time now as we start to get further into the session. Panos P5, 8.8, just behind his teammate by about half a second. Looking at Hannah, and he'll go P6 behind both Ferrari drivers. Everyone is just bringing in lap times now. I'm going to try keep up. T. Whitey splits the Ferraris. Dropex goes to P6. Kludgy, oh no, sorry, not Kludgy. Mikhail is starting his lap. I'm trying to keep up with this. Sway goes P3. That's not ideal for the runner-up from last season. And someone stopped on track there. That's Sucharek. It looks like he's just struggling a bit there, having to let people through. The McLaren of Kludgy Duck up to the line now, and he goes P4 ahead of Mark Daniel just. Colaremus on a lap. Poppy will be next across the line, but he's ghosted for some reason. Poppy goes P16 with a 14.4. That is a shocking lap. Mikhail. The game's very laggy, I don't understand why. Eric Graziano, who was tier 4 last season, he's in tier 2 now. It was tier 4 and tier 3 technically, actually. Let's see what he can do. In sector 2 now, has a little bit of a lock up on the rear. That's going to lose him some time. It's going to cost him the exit through there. There's a lot of battery saved up for the final bend, and now on the exit of the final corner there, is he going to be able to get the battery timed to perfection? Is he going to be able to challenge the front runners? Where is it? He's going to put the Alpine. It's only good enough for P18 on the grid. Next up is Suturek. Kale goes P4, P7, sorry. Suturek P9. That's Mark Daniel, who's setting up a lap now. So let's get on board with him, and let's in fact go on board. So Mark Daniel into turn 1, swing it into the corner, third gear through there, try cut as much of the corner through there. Now you get this long left hander, swings you round, stay on the curb on the inside. Can he keep it all together through here, using down to about 42% battery? Swing it through this right hand corner in turn 6, set you up for turn 7. Now are you able to get on the power release and keep on the inside through here? He's hooked it up pretty nicely so far. This tight section here, make sure you don't lock up, don't go deep as he has done there. Now it's just about making sure you've got enough battery saved for that final straight. Flip him through there. Now this is the most important bit. Has he got enough battery? Is he going to run out of battery early? Is this going to be a lap time which can challenge the front runners? Here comes Mark Daniel across the line. It's P3 on the grid. He goes second. He goes on the second row for Ferrari, who got a podium yesterday in tier 3. They'll be looking to follow that up with another podium today. Further down the grid, Adam goes top. He is on provisional pole with a 107.9. Dropex is setting up a lap now. Anyone on actual lap though? Ivano goes P16, he goes ahead of Smirky Lockett. Anyone on a lap? He's starting a lap. Trying to see if there's anyone. Doesn't look like it. So let's watch some of the people that are about to cross the line. That was Yazerton, who went up to P4. He goes on the second row of the grid, just behind Mark Daniel. So let's spectate Maxu. No, he's not on a lap either. Oh, yeah. Who else is on a lap? State Daisy is on a lap. He is down a 10.5. Puppy retires from the session. he will no longer take part in qualifying today. Kludgy Duck, who has got the fastest promotion in SKG history, he doesn't improve. Increase mic volume if you're going on, but yeah, I'm trying to do that, it doesn't work. Anyone else I should be spectating? That Panos, here's Panos on a lap now. He goes 10th fastest, a 108.5 flat. Just about breaks into the top 10, but he'll be looking to improve later into the race. Panos, he's recorded 66 SKG races. He has been moved from tier 1 down to tier 2, and he'll be looking at trying to improve. Rispo still second. He improved his lap time to a 107.9, as I'm just going to try and look at some people who are coming onto the laps now. Maxu couldn't. Is he starting a lap, I think? Who else have we got? PYT has set the fastest first sector of anyone so far. So let's watch him. Is he going to get impeded here, actually, by the Mercedes ahead of him? This is his first time racing at Brazil in SKG, and so far he's looking pretty good. He is a former tier 2 race winner as well, and he'll be looking to start the season off with celebrations. He sets the fastest middle sector now. He was about 4 tenths up in the middle sector. He's going to get a really lovely toe off the Mercedes. Now here comes TYT. Is he going to be able to challenge? It's only P3 for the VCarb driver. VCarb, who got a 1-2 in tier 1 last season. They also claimed victory in tier 2 with Trosh. TYT makes a VCarb 2-3. Luchis goes ahead of Mark Daniel. Kludgy Duck also goes ahead of Mark Daniel into P5. Rispo goes on to provisional pole with a 107.9. That is a very good lap. And is he going to be able to challenge it further? Is he going to have enough time to go again? I would assume so. Adam is still in the pits. Ivano is on his out lap, or starting a lap. I don't think we've got anyone starting laps yet, apart from Ivano. So let's watch him and see what he can do. Is he going to be able to improve? No, he aborts the lap. So looking at the top 4 so far, Rispo is on provisional pole. Adam is in lining up alongside him provisionally on the front row. TYT P3. Luchis, who's never been below P5 here at this track. He's never finished below the top 5, and he has definitely been looking like a strong contender in this qualifying session so far. Is he going to be able to challenge for provisional pole? He's about 2 tenths off. It isn't impossible, and he can definitely maybe get some momentum going. Kludgy Duck promoted from tier 3 earlier on as he took victory in what was a dominating opening round from him. Mercedes will be happy as well with them starting the season out strongly. Is he going to be able to challenge Kludgy Duck for the race? Like I said, the fastest promotion in SKG history. Now Ivano is going on a lap. He probably just wanted to burn some fuel. He's marginally up in sector 1, but now comes sector 2, which is crucial for the drivers here. That's really where you can lose or gain time. Um, through the swinging right-hander now. Oh, he goes a little bit wide, and he does invalidate. He does invalidate. Is he going to be able to go again? Looking further down the grid, looking further up the grid. Panos still in P12. He is actually recorded as the strongest Brazil with the strongest resume at Brazil. He claimed the podium in Tier 1, and it was a P3 finish, and he also claimed the podium in Tier 2, which was P2. However, he's going to need a lot of more work to do, especially in the race, if he's going to get near that today, because he's not looked like himself. Stade Daisy is on a lap. I think he's the furthest one forward, and he is. So let's see what he can do. Nicely done so far. Take the curb as much as possible without ruining your momentum. Now, try keep it steady. He's going to get a really nice toe there, and he's actually up on his time. Is he going to be able to challenge the front row here? It's a little bit worrying with the Audi, but up to the line, it's P3. He claimed P5 here last season, and that's a strong finish and end to qualifying. I assume it is for Stade Daisy. Looking further back, we have got Risbo starting a lap. That is ROT Maxu starting. Sorry, Maxu has gone up to P14. Is there anyone else on laps? Panos is starting his lap. Cadillac. Right, let's now move on to the people finishing their laps. So, Dropex up to the line, and he goes P13. Not the best of laps from him. His teammate Yazatin is starting his lap now. Ajaman is starting his lap. Just about makes it to the line. Sway, who finished P2 last season, he held us up for God's sake, but he will not improve. He is down in P19 for last season's runner-up. Further down, Luchis. Can he challenge his teammate? He can. He goes onto the second row of the grid with a .0. Panos down up to P11. Not enough for him. What can Mark Daniel do? He goes to P3, marginally off P2, but it's the second row for Mark Daniel. Kludgy Duck only good enough for P7. And it is Risbo on pole position as it stands. Will T. Whitey have anything to say about it? He was the 10th up there. Is he going to be able to beat the front row? Yes, he will. It's a V-car. 1, 2. They will lock out the front row of the grid, just like they did in Tier 1 last season. V-Carb are back at it again. TYT is on pole at his first ever entry into Brazil. It is glory, glory for TYT. That is your results. TYT starts on is starting on pole position. Risbo alongside him. Adam and Mark Daniel in the second row. The grid, Luchis and Stade Daisy with a all Red Bull third row. Kludgy Duck, the tier 3 promoted, he up to P7 now. Yazatin, P8 for him. Kolaromos and Hannah close out the top 10 for you today. Panos and Mikhail will close out the final points playing positions in terms of what can be expected. Now, going into the race, there is really only one strategy that can work, in my opinion, and that is the one stop. That's the medium to hard. Looking at predictions wise, Swayze was predicted on pole, and he was predicted on to win the race as well. He's going to have a lot to do from P19 on the grid. It's going to be a very interesting race, I have to say. This is Risbo's 95th SKG start. He will reach a century of race starts by mid-season. Stay Daisy, though, even more experienced. 115 races for him. Kludgy Duck entering the race 24 hours just after being promoted. Less than 24 hours just after being promoted from Tier 3. And finally, Adrimon is the only driver making his debut today. Who will take victory? It will be a very interesting race, that's for sure. Luchis, as we said earlier, never finishing below the top 5. He's got a pretty good record here at Brazil. Is he going to be able to keep that stuck in for the remainder of the race itself? Sway, he finished P2 here last season, and he was runner-up last season in the Drivers' Championship. Well, I have to say, the start of this season hasn't looked too bright for him. It's going to be a very interesting race. One stop is the most ideal strategy for the drivers, and it was pretty much the strategy for Tier 3 as well. So it will be interesting. And we will get back to you once the race has begun. It's 5 lights, and it's away we go. They were held for a long time there at the start, but TYT gets a good start to his teammate, but his teammate will go down the inside. There's 3 cars down the inside of each other into turn 1, and Risbo takes the lead of the Grand Prix. Adams up to P2. He's up 1 position in this race so far. Luchis up to P4. Mark Daniel all the way down to P22. I'm not sure what happened to him at the start, but nonetheless, it is Risbo leading the race. Let's have a look at the tyre choices. Everyone on the medium tyre, bar Puppy Suturek, sorry, I don't know how to say that name, Adjaman and Smirky Lockett. They're all below the top 10 or top 12 it is in terms of points playing positions. Risbo still leads the way here for you, as Panos up to P8 as well for him. Not sure what happened to Mark Daniel there. We'll try get more info later on. But Adam now, is he going to be able to make a move in turn 1? He won't, and he will stay like that for now. There's been a crash, and this Mark Daniel is out. He's out of this race. He started on the 2nd row on the grid. I'm not exactly sure what happened. Eric Graziani has also retired from the race. It is a safety car, and now that certainly plays hands into Risbo, because it allows him to just calm it down now, and it will allow him to just get further into the race on those medium tyres. Pitting now would be an unwise choice. That was well a straight line. Or was it a straight line then? But nonetheless, your order on lap 2 is Risbo, Adams, TYT, Luchis, Kludgy Duck, State Daisy, Yazatin, Panos, Hunter, and Mikhail, Colaramus, and Dropex is for some reason overtaken Matt Dubit. Yeah, that is your top 12 for now, which is the points playing position. Maxu has probably just got the position back because it's unfair. Now it's going to be interesting to see who pits. Will it be any of the top running teams to pit? And that was Adams trying to pit. Well, he didn't pit actually. But yeah, no one pitting as of now. A bit of a shame that it's I think Sway is into the box. I assume he's picked up damage off the start of on lap 1. He'll go onto the hard tyre, I assume he does. And he's off he goes. So not a great start for the runner-up from last season. Can he respond? He's going to be on hard tyres. He can go those tyres a pretty long way. I mean, I'm pretty sure they can go to the end. I just don't think they can do well at the end. And yeah, just a safety car now, so it's going to be pretty boring. So safety car in on this lap. Risbo leads the pack along from Adams. Is Adams going to be able to get a good start? You can see him weaving around the V-carb driver, but it's not a good enough restart. And Adams is almost alongside him. He goes down the inside of him into turn 1. Risbo covers him off, but is it going to get the better exit? Adams on the exit of turn 2 and 3 gets the run-in on him onto the run into turn 4. He's not going to make the move, but for now it is Risbo in the lead. Yassiton gets past Stay Daisy and he's up into P6 now for Williams. Can Risbo keep the lead? Adams is all over him at the minute. Puppy is down to P20. He's had an off. Mikhail is dropping down the order, I believe. Sorry, oh no, is that just Panos making a move on... Yeah, it is Panos making a move on Stay Daisy. He's on the outside. Is Stay Daisy going to be able to keep it in on him? He can't, and Panos is up into P7 now. So he's recovering quite nicely, the SKG owner. Further up the grid, let's watch Adams. He might be looking to make a move into turn 1. He doesn't. He thinks better of it. Now, is he going to be able to charge up the battery? Overtake mode is enabled. Is he going to be able to use that extra bit of energy and deployment just to get past Risbo? He won't dare, and Risbo, who's led from start to finish in this race so far, is keeping the lead pretty nicely. Stay Daisy's pressurising Panos further down the order. Dropex has also dropped down, coincidentally. He's down to P20. Sway's up to P17 now. Looking at the grid, a train is starting to form from first all the way down to P18. Anyone could technically win this. But overtake mode for Adams again. Is he going to be able to get the move done this time round? However, T Whitey is closer to him, and guess who's closer to him? Kludgy Duck. Here is Kludgy Duck now. He's got battery, and he's got enough of it to be exact. But it's not enough for him to make a move. He won the race yesterday. Adam, speaking about winning races, is in the lead now of the race. He's ahead of Risbo. We missed it there, but Risbo is going to try have a go back at him, and he will think better of it. Stay Daisy's got past Panos. And Mikhail is now maybe looking to get past the Ferrari driver. And Suterek is out. Is there a way we can maybe see what's happened? It looks like he's had an off and... Oh yeah, that's a big crash and it's another safety car. That's going to throw a spanner into the works. So as much as it was turns for Risbo to take the lead and under the safety car, now Adams has got the lead under the safety car. A second safety car inside 6 laps. Now, lots of drama in the European stages of the Brazilian Grand Prix here in Sao Paulo. Will anyone choose to pit now? That is the main question. Is he going to do his thing where he tries to fake the pit? He doesn't. He actually goes into the pit. So does Risbo. So does T. Whitey actually. Risbo stays out. Panos stays out as well. Top 4 all staying out. Everyone else, it looks like, pitting. Bar Sway, of course, because Sway is on new hard tyre. The top 8, sorry, have all not pit. Top 9, sorry, have all not pit under the safety car. I think Puppy has left. If I can just make sure. You actually get some like real racing from second. So, let's have a look at the tyres in this race. There's the stops. Sway the only one making a pit stop inside the top 9. Apart from that, everyone else hasn't pitted. Sorry, no. Everyone else in the top 9 hasn't pitted. Tyre-wise, Smirky, Lockett and Sway on the medium, on the hard tyre. Same with Puppy. Everyone else on the hard set of tyres. Adjaman on the softs. Hunter on the mediums. And so is Squallop. This is going to be a very interesting race now, because it's going to be purely about who has had the better strategy. And I don't know about these guys, but in my opinion, I think the people who have stayed out have actually got the better strategy. I think by staying out, you're going to leave yourself with better tyres towards the end. I mean, it'd be interesting if they go to the end, the people who have stopped early, but it could be a very interesting situation we've got here. And maybe we could have a different winner. I mean, Risbo is in the lead now, but you never know. Maybe Kludgy Duck can pressurise him. Panos is in P4. He's made a pretty good comeback from P12, I think it was, on the grid. Obviously, it's the Ferrari TP. I'm just hoping for him to get a decent finish. So, I mean, he should be able to gap the 2 people behind. I don't know about what is this race. Yeah, it's just so much going on. We've had 2 safety cars and people have died. I mean, I don't know what happened to Mark Daniel and Eric Graziani, so I'm going to have to see what happens later. That's the thing I can maybe see on my phone. There isn't. Who can win this race though. It is really anyone's game. I mean, you're all now bunched up. Yes, the people pitting would have got special tyres, but equally you've got to go through Puppy. That's never an easy job, but especially through my experience, he's definitely taken me out twice. It's not an easy job going through Puppy. He was actually my driver last season, and he left me. So, thanks, Puppy. it should be in on this lap. But we will see. I mean, then again, if it happens anything like Silverstone, you never know. It might just say it's coming in, and it might just say it's coming in, and then it will just stay out. But safety car in this lap. So can Risbo get a good enough start in the lead of this race? Off this safety car restart. And let's see when he goes. That's the main thing. And he goes now. He's got a much better restart that time. Kludgy Duck didn't really react too well. Panos trying to go down the inside of Stay Daisy. Lots of luck ups there. But Panos around the outside. He should be able to get on the at the outside. That becomes the inside. And he gets a brilliant move done. He's up into the podium places now. But has he used too much energy deployment there? He has not. I just booked that, by the way. Adams up into P9. He's got past Puppy. Puppy's falling down the order pretty quickly. Sway's up to P4. Hunter has retired. He's DNF'd further back. If that's another safety car, I swear to God. Further down the grid, I think the Mercedes and the Haas are getting into some drama. All clean so far in terms of the front runners. Can they maybe sneak away from those who have pitted? And what we haven't seen is that Adams has dropped down to P14. Turn your volume up, mate, or lower the game volume. Can you not hear me well? Can I just ask in the chat, can you not hear me at all? Because if you can't, I might have to turn up my volume. I might turn down my game volume. It's not even that loud though, that's the problem. Barely. Okay, one sec. So we're just gonna move away from that real quickly. Just go to audio settings and put down 1, put down 5, put down 4, put down 3 actually. You're too low for the game volume. How about now? Oh no, but I can't even hear my game at all. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Master volume on 3. If I put that there and I just lower this. I put it on. Okay. Tell me now. Is it good now? Can you hear me now? Testing. Let's go here, and there is Kludgy Duck, where he was in the lead of the race yesterday, and now he's trying to make a move for the lead here in Tier 2. TYT is in P8 now. He is the net race leader, if you think about it. I can, but with the cars it's hard if you turn your volume. My volume's on max on OBS, which is, I've had this problem before. I don't know why it does this. So I'm just going to turn the cars on both on 3. I'm just gonna try to put my mic up right to my mouth and hope that you can hear me. So, Risbo and Kludgy Duck have gapped Panos further down the grid, and there's an Audi, I think that is, going slowly. He might have had a moment there. But yeah, they've gapped the rest of the grid. Panos has actually gapped Stay Daisy, and there are some more gaps beginning to follow. TYT is slowly and but surely making his way through the grid now. He's got Dropex up next, and he's got to get past him quick. He's basically pushing him through the corner there. And there's a big crash. That's Smirky Lockett in the background. He's in the barriers. Is that going to be a safety car? I think it's a VSC. It is a VSC, yeah. That's the second time in 2 days he has now crashed at pretty much the exact same corner. That's a real shame for Smirky Lockett. He was in the points positions as well. Nonetheless, as we missed it, but Kludgy Duck has got into the lead of the race. So, while you're watching the crash happen, Kludgy Duck has managed to get into the lead of the race. The man who, less than 24 hours ago, won the race in Tier 3 and brought up some controversy regarding his placement. Well, he's now in the lead of a Tier 2 race, and at this point he might be in Tier 1. But it is now restarted. We are on the way, and he's left. Kludgy has left. Yep. Kludgy has taken us out, essentially. I repeat, Kludgy has straight lined us. I don't know if the race is still going, but I've got a black screen. I think everyone's got this issue. If someone can just let me know. I don't think I've disconnected because it said Kludgy left the session. And my internet's fine. Is it just me? Because I know it said migrating host and Kludgy left the session. But it doesn't normally kick you out though. It normally says migrating host now. What's just happened? What's happened? What? Okay, lads, we're just restarting the race then. Okay. That's perfectly fine. Okay, I think we're all leaving the session. Oh, okay, I didn't even get the chance to leave the session. That is... I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it. I've been racing for a solid amount of time, right? And I've actually been commentating for a decent amount of time. What's happened? I've just got a black screen now. This is just bamboozling. I can't even... I've just not been given permission to even leave the lobby now. Do you know what this is? I think Kludgy Duck's done this on purpose. I think that's what's happened here. Kludgy Duck has sabotaged the lobby. Oh, that's brilliant. I've got an invite, but I just can't even like. Am I gonna have to? Okay, just bear with me. I'm gonna restart my game and just pray that it can fix. That won't work. So just get rid of that. Oh, let me just that's my X account. Right, let's try get back into the game. And maybe this time it will work. Note to self, never let Kludgy host the lobby again. I had a feeling this would happen. Well, this is a fantastic race, I have to say. I mean, I assume this is just going to be like a fifth. No, because how many? I think we're at lap 14. Half race distance is about lap 13, 14. So I think it will just be a 25% race. But what I have to say is though, that really messes up a lot of the people who pitted on the safety car. That really shafts them. So yeah, I got an invite. I'm just gonna try to join back now.
Still got it, Bono.
You do still have it? Yes, lad. Right, just bear with me and I'll come back once we're in the lobby and we're all set to go.
Congratulations, guys.
I'm gonna need an invite, if someone can just send me one. That would be fantastic. Right, okay. What we'll do is, I'm gonna go on Discord quickly and I'm just gonna check what's actually going on. What do you mean I must verify my identity by phone? Oh, lads, I've got to identify my phone. Okay, hold on a minute. We can do that after. We can do that after. It's not a big deal. Right, I'll wait for an invite. We'll see you. I'll see you back once it has started. At this rate, we won't finish by tier 1. Right then, take number 2 is the 35% race. We've got to do another 25 laps of this rubbish. Another 25 laps. Are you mad? Man, this makes me tired. I've got to commentate tier 1 after this. It's gonna be hella long. I mean, depends on the kind of battle we see. I mean, so none of the people who have retired have been allowed back in. It will be done based on the order of what thing is. So this is your race grid. For the Brazilian Grand Prix, take number 2, Clutchy Duck leads on pole, surprisingly. So I'm very surprised how it was even allowed tier 3. Risbo P2, Panos P3, Stay Daisy P4, Sway P5, TYT P6. Now, unfortunately, for those who have pitted, so you're looking at TYT, Yazerton, Mikhail, Luchis, Adams, Adjaman, literally everyone down. It has pretty much been screwed over royally. And that is because they pitted for the safety car, in which others stayed out. However, it meant that they lost track position, and once Clutchy Duck disconnected, costing us the lobby, meaning that we had to restart. It meant that now they've been put in a position where everyone's on a level playing field. I mean, you're looking at someone like Panos, who was started P12, he's now up into P3, he's got a good chance of finishing on the podium. Although I still do think there's people like TYT and I mean, even Adams can make his way through the grid. And remember that record for Luchis, he's never finished below the bottom 5. However, it is Brazilian Grand Prix, take number 2, 5 lights, and away we go. For the Brazilian Grand Prix, Clutchy Duck doesn't get a good getaway, and it's Risbo who takes the lead into turn 1. Clutchy Duck tries to fight back, and now into turns 2. Is he going to be able to swing round the inside and the outside now? For Risbo, he gets the move done, but has he used too much battery? Is Clutchy Duck going to be able to come back at him? He won't be able to. My voice is gone. Stay Daisy is on the soft tyre. He went up to P3. Let's actually have a look at the tyre choices, because that is going to be really important. You've got Luchis and Stay Daisy on the soft tyre. You've also got Smirky Locket on the soft tyre as well, with Adjaman on the hard, sorry. Everyone else is on the medium compound of tyre, the second most durable tyre on the grid. Also the second fastest. Risbo leads the way from the Clutchy Duck. Is Stay Daisy going to be able to get past Clutchy Duck quick enough? Panos all over the back of Stay Daisy there. Possible strategies there for you. Medium softs, hard softs. Well, as for the free drivers on softs, it's going to be interesting where they're going to go on the grid. Risbo says the fastest lap of the race. Your order: Risbo, Clutchy Duck, Stay Daisy, Panos, Drop X, TYT, Yazerton, Sway, Mikhail, Luchis, and Cola Romas and Squirrels fighting for P11, which is normally I need to get track. Smirky Locket and Matsu have pitted. They're going to be very far back now. Risbo still leading the way from Clutchy Duck, but overtake will be enabled for Clutchy Duck as well. So he's going to be able to recharge more and get that extra bit of deployment ready. Luchis fighting Mikhail. He's on the inside. Carbon fibre, I think that was, or maybe some debris all over there. But now on the outside, is he going to be able to use that soft tyres grip to swoop it on the inside now? Luchis, this is an incredible battle between the two. For Mercedes versus Red Bull, and it's Red Bull who come out on top yet again. Luchis beats Mikhail there, and he's going to have his sights set on Sway up next. He's actually up into P8. He's been on a pretty decent recovery drive. And Clutchy Duck is getting overtaken by Stay Daisy. He was looking for the move. Stay Daisy went from P3 to P1. He's going in the lead. Risbo was in P1. He's down to P3 now. Is Clutchy Duck going to try and get on the inside? No, he can't. Still, Stay Daisy leads. That soft tyre looks really racy in these opening laps here at Brazil. And this is going to be a sprint to the end pretty much if you think about it, because there's only 25 laps of this race. as the sector 2 will be where Stay Daisy is fastest. He's got that extra soft tyre grip, but when is he going to pit is going to be the main question. And there's the people on the medium tyre maybe going the soft tyre at the end, so he might be good now, Stay Daisy, but is he going to have that extra bit of grip towards the end of the race? Here is Kludgy Duck now. He's all over Stay Daisy here. He's got battery. He's actually got more battery than Stay Daisy. And he's run out of battery, but he's stopped deploying, Kludgy Duck. He's decided to stay just a bit calm. Panos is also in this fight for a podium here today. Adam is out. He is retired in the pits. Adrian as well has retired. Adam looking set to win this race at one point. But he's now out of the Grand Prix. Haas might fail to score points here. However, they've still got 1 point with Scallop. Looking further, the battle for P1 is between 4 drivers and maybe even 5. In fact, everyone is basically in this, from down to P1 to P10. It is exceptionally close, but those soft tyres will start to fade away. A bit of insight for you: the tyre deg in different race distances are completely different, so that soft tyre will not be as good as if it was in a 50% race, as it now is in a 35% race, so they will start to lose grip quicker now. Kludgy Duck, can he get the move done here on Stay Daisy? He has got the battery. He's gonna make the move into turn 1. He's plain sailing into turn 1. Little lock up there, I think it was from him as well. But he's up into the lead of this race. Now can he get away? That's the main thing. He's out of battery. Stay Daisy's not really been amazing at management so far in these opening 5 laps. But it's still anyone's game. I mean, even Panos is still in this fight, and look at, maybe he's not at the best pace today, but he's still in that fight, which is exactly what he needs. Someone who has looked pretty racy is Luchis. He's trying to make a move on DropX, but that backfired on him quickly. And there's Mikhail trying to get past him now. You can see the soft tyre maybe just starting to lose its grip. Stay Daisy about half a second away from Kludgy Duck now. Can Stay Daisy stay within touching distance to get that undercut done? And that's going to be the main thing. You're maybe looking at about lap 10 for Stay Daisy. But Kludgy Duck has now got a 7/10 gap. That soft tyre is rapidly losing grip. And you'll see it with both Red Bull cars. Now, Panos having a little look, and there's Yazerton making contact with T Whitey. He goes down the inside, now it's the outside, and into turn 3. Brilliant move from the Williams driver. Really showing us who's who. Smirky Lockett has spun round. He's really struggled for rear grip this weekend, it looks like. But however, Stay Daisy is still within touching distance of Kludgy Duck, and it's going to be a showdown between the top 4 here. Yazerton's just slowly dropping away, although he might be because he was fighting. So, Kludgy Duck leads the way. Panos up into P3, gets past Risbo. That's a crucial move there. Risbo, he was on provisional pole for a bit in qualifying. He started on the front row, had a good start, took the lead into turn 1. But, unfortunately for him, he will not. He's off the podium at the minute. Panos gets past him. He's in the podium positions. And now here comes Stay Daisy down the inside of Kludgy Duck. Is he going to be able to get the move? Little lock up from Kludgy Duck, but he's going to get the better exit through turn 3. And now, on this little rundown, is he going to have the battery saved up? Is he going to be able to fight him? He won't be. Kludgy Duck, Stay Daisy probably using a little bit more of that extra energy deployment there. Mikhail getting past DropX, and now it's Luchis getting past DropX. Lovely little battle going on there. However, that's caused him to have a 1.5 second gap to the leading pack. I'm losing my voice from this. Up to the top, Stay Daisy leading. They're swapping positions constantly at the minute. Red Bull, little snap of the rear there from Kludgy Duck, and maybe those tyres just starting to fall away from him now. Maybe pushing too hard in this race, and Stay Daisy trying to manage. That's going to give him a slight amount of breathing room. Stayed Daisy. And that's now maybe put Panos all over the back of him. They've got a similar battery. Is he going to be able to get the move done here on the McLaren? He won't be. It looks like they're probably just trying to manage the battery. Lock up from Stayed Daisy. Takes the curve pretty nicely there. And now, can he blast away T Whitey getting past Yao? And he's made a 4-5 for VCarb. Last season's overall constructors championships, Audi in their first ever season started tier 3 pretty well, but they're in a point play position in P11 at the minute. And also, Cadillac not having the best of starts at the minute, it looks like, to their F1 SKG campaigns. And Panos has really started to turn it on now. He's turning me on at the minute because he's really cooking. We're going to have a retrospective pause right there because Panos, all over the back of Kludgy Duck, he's got slightly more battery. He's going to try deploy, but are they just going to stay put for now? I think they might. In fact, here comes Kludgy Duck down the inside of Stayed Daisy. And he gets the move done. Soft tyres will definitely start to lose grip now. Has Kludgy Duck maybe used too much battery? He has, and they're going to turn 4 side by side and Stayed Daisy with some brilliant defense there. But they're still going to be side by side through here. And maybe Panos is going to get the move around the outside of Stayed Daisy. A fantastic move from SKG's oldest man. He gets the move done on the outside. He was in tier 1 not too long ago. In tier 2 now he's up into P2. And from P12 on the grid he's now chasing victory here in Sao Paulo. Is it going to be a Ferrari victory for the Scuderia? Panos would be delightful with a victory. He's had a P2 and a P3 here. All that's left is chasing that P1 now. And he's all over the back of Kludgy Duck. And Kludgy Duck maybe got a little bit less battery there. Important now, Risbo pitting early on here in this race. Is he going to go onto the soft tyre or the hard tyre? I think that was Yao going on the hard tyre. On the soft tyre, sorry. If we just have a quick look. Yeah, Yao is on the soft tyre, and I think that's Risbo on the hard, so Yao might be on the back foot here. Speaking of the back foot, Stayed Daisy on those soft tyres. His teammate has pitted, so we're going to expect him into the pits any time now, but he is now fighting for a podium here in this race. He might get undercut by Risbo, he might even get undercut by Yazatin, but yeah, I think Yazatin's tyres might die towards the end. The battle for the lead of this race. Is Panos going to be able to get past? He does, but that's because Kludgy Duck goes into the pits. An interesting move from the former tier 3 man. Is he going onto the soft tyre? He's going onto the hard compound, so we're going to probably expect Panos in this lap. Now, what I could maybe wonder is Panos going to go onto the softs at the end? Because the softs looks pretty racy, but I fear he may be losing time because of that. Because if he does, he'd just get simply undercut. And I don't think there's enough people near each other for a... Oh, Panos has had an off there. He's had an off, and that's going to cost him a lot of time. That rear tyre is definitely losing grip. You can even see from here. It's losing grip. And he won't want to cost any more time, so he might have to dive into the pits now. And hopefully for me, he dives into the pits. As we're going to watch him now. He stays out. So both the top two staying out here and maybe going for a tyre offset on those who have pitted early. There's a pretty big fight going on here for P7. And it's got everyone who's pit. So if they fight each other, that could be crucial in this race. Here comes Risbo on Yao, and he doesn't get the move done. Yazatin setting the fastest lap of the race. Is Yazatin going to be able to hold them up, however? Because he will have the faster tyres at the start, but he may struggle towards the end of the race. Stay Daisy gets a 3-second time penalty. That might be his chance of a victory over for him, unfortunately. Looking at the top, are the top two going to pit? Let's get the gap to the leader, and it is about a 17.5-second gap. So they don't come into the pits, they're still staying out, as TYT now takes the lead of the race. So an interesting strategy here from the top two. Maybe just hoping for a safety car, maybe hoping for some sort of incident to occur, as here comes Risbo on Yazatin. Is he going to be able to go around the outside of the Williams? No, Yazatin defends well, but that will just lose them time. Or at least they won't gain as much time. They've got Ivano ahead of them, in fact. And that might cost them time, just being stuck behind a driver yet to pit. As Kludgy Duck gets past Risbo, that could be for the net race lead. There, it's still now a 17-second gap. But they are going to get held up, and Yazatin, he's going to maybe go for a move here. He does, he goes down the inside. He's definitely got a warning from that. Yeah, and that's going to slow them down a lot, which is not ideal. Panos is taking the lead back. Sorry, we didn't see that because we're just focused on this battle for now. Back to the top. They are coming into the pits. Pause on the coming, because they're into the pits. That's definitely going to get a pen. Oh my god, he didn't get a pen for it. TYT has stayed out. What tyres are Panos going to? Is Panos going to go on to? Is he on? Oh, he's on the softs. Why are you on the softs, man? Wait, what? Oh my god, that scared me. So, Yazatin is in the net race lead at the minute. He's still defending. And that's Mikhail, I think, who's actually had a off. And that's allowed Colorimas to get ahead of him. Who hasn't pit, so that's something worth to note. However, Panos is in this fight now. He's on the soft tyres, about 2.5 seconds back. Sway's on the hard. Yao's defending himself, but 10 laps on a hot, about 11 laps on a soft for Panos. It might be a pretty difficult task for him to maybe get back into the podium position, but he still would be on for a decent top 5. However, he won't really have to push all too much. Especially with how much these guys are fighting. I mean, he could manage his tyres and he could genuinely still win this race. As up ahead, Stay Daisy going for a move on Risbo. And there's contact between the two. Is that going to allow Panos to get past Risbo? No. But that's going to maybe get reported to the stewards. Monkeys, yeah, W race to be honest right now. It's been a pretty good race so far. Mikhail into the pits. He's on the soft tyre. So a lot of people opting for that soft tyre. Going for that fresh set of softs. Get that early grip. And try to defend onto your place. Yazatin, well, I criticised his strategy. He may actually be in for a P2 here. TYT still out in front by about 15 seconds. But that gap is coming down every single time. And look at the train of cars we have here. Headed by... I said head way too much there. Headed by Kludgy Duck. And it is going to be about a 5-car battle for the win, it looks like. So who can come out victorious? Kludgy Duck might have the advantage with the hards, as he'll have the better wear at the end. And it could make an interesting race towards the end here. So, looking further back, Risbo further back from him. Panos maybe going to try make inroads on Risbo. That is Colorimus pitting. I think that's a soft tyre going onto his car. It is. So yeah, the soft tyre, firmly the tyre of choice for a lot of people right now. Panos is about net P5. Yeah, Stay Daisy is right now probably dropping down the order, but he's going to try use that. I didn't even realise this, by the way. He's on the medium tyre. So he's actually going to have pretty decent tyres. Oh, and there's a fight between Yazitin and Risbo. Side by side, they've produced some pretty good battles so far in this race. They're constantly side by side. This is going to lose Panos even more time. And here goes Panos down the inside of Risbo. Contact made on Yazitin. But he's going to use the soft tyres. He's going to get up into P5. And oh, something's happened there. I don't know what's happened there. But something has happened there. And it's all good now, apparently. Yeah, Panos is definitely just weirded out right now. Team Whitey pits from the lead of this race. He's on the soft tyre, but he's going to have a lot of ground to make up now, and he's going to be behind Luchis, I think. If we just look at where he comes out. Here is Stay Daisy. Is he going to be able to get move done? He does. He might be able to get that penalty removed, so we don't know that yet. Panos up into P3. He might still be in with a chance at winning this race, but it purely depends on those tyres. Stay Daisy. He will hold up Kludgy Duck. Is Kludgy Duck going to maybe make a move? No, he won't. And this might be a two-person race, or is it going to be a three-person race? Is Panos going to be able to close in on the top two here? He's net P2 at the minute. I need to drink some water, because my throat is killing me. I shouldn't have done that with Yao before the race. Ah, right, that's lovely. Right, here comes Kludgy Duck. He's got a tiny bit more battery than Stay Daisy. Is he going to make any... Oh, I just had a loud bang. Is he going to make any inroads on him? He won't. Panos didn't gain too much there. Might have been because of battery. But if he can just slowly make inroads, he should be within 3 seconds by the end of the race. Especially if these two battle. And Kludgy Duck will have the better tyres towards the end. So that could mean Stay Daisy is struggling towards the end of those mediums. I mean, he'd be going longer on those medium tyres than Kludgy Duck would have. So that's something. Just nice, and it's just kind of chilled out the race now. This is where Panos would have gained a lot of time, because in Sector 2 is where that Ferrari's extra grippy soft tyres will help. It's just everywhere else they're going to struggle. So as we come round onto the main straight, across the start-finish straight, in fact, right about now. Here we go. So are these two going to fight each other towards the end? Kludgy Duck knows he doesn't have to fight Stay Daisy. He can just settle for staying behind him. As Risbo, ooh, big moment for Risbo there. He got past Panos, but that's going to cost both of them a lot of time, unfortunately, for VCarb and Ferrari, as something's happened. That's an Aston Martin on Maxu. He's had an incident there, but he's all good for now. Stay Daisy still leads, but Panos will be hoping he can get a podium at the end of the race due to the penalty of Stay Daisy and Risbo maybe getting past Risbo. He can maybe hope Risbo drags him along to this top two fight. Little twitch of the rear there. That's going to unsettle the car going into here, and that's just going to allow Kludgy Duck to have a much, much better exit through there. Is he going to have the overspeed here? He's not. He doesn't need to fight him. That is something that he's probably keeping in mind. There's Panos here. He's a little bit closer this time around, but he's just not making the inroads he'd hope. Risbo's not really made any kind of ground on the top two, and that might drop them out of 3-second range of Stay Daisy, which is a real shame for Panos. He might be missing out on a podium from P12 on the grid, which would have been a great result for him and for me. Glazing Ferrari way too much. Back to the top fight, here we go. Moving like Fabrizio Romano at this point. So on this lap they've actually gained a couple tenths, Risbo and Panos, but again as we go onto the main straight, are they going to make any moves on each other? Here comes Kludgy Duck. Maybe now. Is he waiting until maybe the end of the race? Because as of now, we don't know if Stay Daisy can get that penalty removed. Sway has got past Yazzatin. T Whitey has also got past Yazzatin. T Whitey on those really fresh, soft tyres. So he's going to have probably the best pace of anyone on the track right now. But he's got about 3 seconds to make up to Panos and Risbo, which is 100% doable, but is it completely doable to get past him as well? As we're going to look for the leader gap now. And as of now, Risbo is in P2, Panos is out of the podium places, which is a real shame for Ferrari, because we can maybe have 2 podiums in 2 races, or both is, but yeah. It's all good. It's all well and good, man. It's all well and good. So we'll go back to interval now. If these two fight, then it could become a different story. But at the minute, they're not really fighting. And there's a little bit of a lock up there. It goes deep as well, Kludgy Duck. But Stay Daisy is currently winning on track. But his tyres will start. Oh, Panos, mate. For God's sake, why did you have to get a penalty? You actually would have probably got a P3 here. Well, that's a shame. Now he's got to actually get past Stay Daisy. Well, Panos, come on, man. Expected better. Expected more. Although I do think at the minute he'll keep P5. So, Stay Daisy is still leading this race right now. Is he going to be able to get that penalty removed after the race? We don't know. But as of now, it looks like Panos will lose P4. And he'll actually probably lose P3 as well. Because he would have... At the minute, it looked like he was going to get P3. But T White, he might just get ahead of the Ferrari driver. I mean, a P5 would still be a good result for us. There's not really much happening right now. It's kind of just died down. Oh wait, Kludgy got ahead. Oh my god, wait, what happened? I was not paying attention. I'll be completely honest with you. I was not paying attention. I was looking down at my desk. I think Kludgy has just got past him on the straight into turn 4. And now is where he can really disappear, because he's going to have better tyres. Risbo now will be licking his lips, because he, I mean, depends on how old he is, but he does normally lick his lips. He's going to be trying to make ground on Stay Daisy, sorry. So, is Stay Daisy maybe going to try come back at him? That's going to be a really important thing. We head on to lap 24 out of 25. And Kludgy Duck, just like he did yesterday in Tier 3, has really looked strong. He's looked competitive, and he hasn't looked like slowing down whatsoever. Panos looks like he might lose P4, he might lose P5 actually. He might lose to Sway. He's not far off, but So it would be a good result for Risbo. He'd be on the podium. Wouldn't have moved places, but yeah, it's a heartbreak for Stade Daisy. He will lose P2, but he will get a P3 finish, which is still a solid finish for Red Bull. Yazetin and Lucci is going side by side through Sector 2. Lucci is in the Red Bulls, Yazetin in the Williams. Is he going to be able to make moves? Down the inside goes Yazetin on the soft tyre, which would have had a lot of wear on it by now. And he keeps the move. Little twitch at the rear there. Lucci might be able to get past him now, though. As we are on the final lap, an American though. We're on the final lap. Here is Lucci on Yazetin. He's got battery. They're neck and neck, side by side. Into turn 1 we go. And it's just about, can he use the extra grip on the outside here? And now all close, they're touching. This contact between the two experienced heads. And Lucci gets up into P7. He might be losing that top 5 record he's got here. TYT is really catching Panos now. And it's a shame for him, but Panos is actually going to lose P5 as well. So, yeah. I think the medium hard was probably the way to go. Like, the medium soft was probably a better way to go towards the end, but medium hard is probably just a better way. As on the final lap, Kludgy Duck has dominated. He will take all victories in SKG Tier 3 and Tier 2. He wins the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Risbo comes in second. Stade Daisy P3. He'll get on the podium for his first of the season. TYT gets P4 after starting on pole. So much happened. Sway recovers from P19 on the grid. Last season's runner-up will be ecstatic with a P5 from P19. And Panos P6 from P12 on the grid. Lucci has his record fallen away. It's P7 for him. Yazetin P8. I don't know the rest, but we'll see. Kludgy Duck will take a clean sweep of Tier 3 and Tier 2. He wins the Sao Paulo Grand Prix yet again. And there is no sign of him slowing down whatsoever. He leads the championship now in both tiers. I mean, if he reses Tier 2 at this point, he might just reses Tier 1. He might just lead there. You never know. Right? I mean, Silo, he's coming for you, mate. Pause. But 3 different teams on the podium, 3 different nations on the podium as well. It was a really exciting 2 Grand Prix, technically. Race winner Kludgy Duck, fastest lap TYT, driver of the day Risbo, most overtakes was Cola Remus, and cleanest driver was Sway. That is your finishing order. Kludgy Duck and Risbo at the top. Stade Daisy, TYT, Sway, Panos, Lucci, Yazetin, Mikhail, Cola Remus, Scallop, and Ivano round out the points playing positions. Cadillac get a point in SKG. I'm going to try get the race director. Okay, I got it. There we go. So, that is round 1 of Tier 2 finished, and we hope to see you in Tier 1, which starts in just about an hour, or an hour and a bit. Thank you to those who have watched the stream. And thank you to those who have raced today as well. Kludgy Duck is your race winner. And he is looking real ready for the season ahead. And it could be his year. A brilliant result for him. Thank you for watching. And we will see you next week. Well, actually, we'll see you in an hour. But we'll see you for Tier 2 next week. Have a great day, everybody. Goodbye.